Oh, Lance Leipold. This is from Michael Swain, covers Kansas. Read this and then tell me initially what you think. Lance Leipold addresses rumors about his future at Kansas during the Hawk Talk interview. This is the only interview. That's the way it's going to be. Said that Kansas is the last job he's going to have. When I first read that, I thought, this is the only interview, as if in, well, I went and interviewed with them. No, he did not. He shot that down during the radio show, his weekly radio show, and he's saying that this is the last job he's going to have.
Yeah, because I think the question was, did you interview for the job at Michigan State? And he's like, no, this is the only interview on the radio show that I'm going to do this week. So, no, there's no interview. You say that until somebody money whipped you, and like there's questions about them getting Lance Leipold's contract done. I know Kansas fans do not want him to leave. Look, this is a guy that was at Wisconsin Whitewater, his alma mater, forever, right? And then he went to Buffalo because it was time for him to take that step up. And you do part of the reason you do that for yourself. Wisconsin Whitewater, you're a great D3 team, but when you have the chance to start making real money, you need to start making real money. You need to do that. You need to prove it. And Lance, he's now at Kansas. I don't think he's someone who. There are coaches who are climbers, and there are coaches who will take other jobs. And I don't think, he says he wants to be the last job. If he changes his mind, if there's another one that comes around that he wants. But I'll also tell you this. If I'm Lance Leipold and I like what I have going on at Kansas, based on the decisions that Michigan State makes as a university administratively, that's not the one I'm leaving for, money or no. I need to, I don't need to be the guy who, I don't want to be the guy who fixes all of Michigan State's problems.
Right.
Because they're not just the football coach. They are from the top down in how they run things. I want somebody else to do that before I would go there. I know they'll pay well, and I know that there'll be an opening at Michigan State at some point again in the future, unless they hire their Bobby Bowden, and then he and I are the same age and we retire at the same time. So if I really wanted to go there, I'd just let the other guy fix it, and I'd wait for a better situation if I'm Lance Leipold and genuinely had eyes somewhere else outside of Kansas, because top down to that university, they do not run things well.
You know what, though? They appear to maybe have lots and lots of money available, depending on what happens, of course, with the Mel Tucker.
But so does everybody else.
Yeah.
So if I can pick, if I'm Lance Leipold and I've got options, and I'm going to get if you're going to pay me $8 million or $9 million at Michigan State, and then somebody could come around next year that does not have a disastrous reputation in the way they handle things, I could wait a year and make the same money and not have to worry about their nonsense.
All right, so Mike Bean, Kansas fan, but also a very good point. He's 58. Would he really jump into that hot soup of Michigan State? So there's that from Mike Bean. Mike, thank you.
If I'm Lance Leipold, the move I'm going to make after Kansas also would be a place where that has probably already won big in college football consistently. Michigan State's a good program historically. They're not a great program. They've had their runs, but if I'm going to leave Kansas, a program that is mine, again, it's his program. I'm Lance Leipold.
He is the Kansas. He can end up being the Bill Snyder for Kansas football.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah.
This is my program. If I'm going to leave my program, it better be for somewhere like Florida or, someone that's won before. Somewhere that I know for sure that if I do my thing here, they're going to win because my thing works, as opposed to proving you can build at Kansas. And again, Kansas is his. They have a very unique situation. They have a basketball coach that they're probably going to try to clone so that he never goes away.
Yep.
And then they have a football coach who has made the program his and is beloved. So, I sometimes the grass isn't always greener. And, yes, $9 million and living in East Lansing, Michigan might be great, but if he can get $7 million and stay at KU, I mean,
all right. And then the every